want to talk about the Mark Twain show. I went and I've been a lifelong fan of Mark Twain, and I'm a big fan of yours, so I was very much looking forward to the show. I was very surprised at how much spontaneous humor you do in the show. You come out, the show begins, you walk out into the theater, and you enter, before the show has even begun, and start wandering around the audience, kind of screwing around with people. Before the show has even started,
that's right.
An audience member actually took a cell phone photo. They come into the theater just as people are allowed to enter, and you were lying in the back as Twain, and it really adds this great, it's sweet, but it also, I think, does capture his spirit. You don't know what's going to happen in the show, it's very unpredictable. You interact a lot with people in the audience.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been so gratifying. As you know, it's fun to go to work and have people applaud.
It is really fun.
And when you exchange laughter, it feels somehow. I'm going to start to cry. It feels somehow really important.
Yes.
It really does, to be serious about comedy. Because you're sharing something that's beyond words. You can't sort of appreciate it with your mind anymore, and it's real, pure joy.
But I think it's a testament to you that you're so in it. Whatever happens in the show, you react to it, you go with it as Mark Twain. And then there's a part of the show that I didn't expect, where you go after Betty White.
Well, Betty is evil.
All right, moving on.
I wasn't gonna say that in public, but she knows what she did.
Betty White knows what she did.
Betty knows what she did.
Okay, all right. So because you have it in for Betty White. You just have it in for Betty White, and nobody has it in for Betty White. Do you want to tell us what Betty
stole my Grammy.
She stole your Grammy?
She stole my Grammy.
She didn't break into your house.
Let's leave it at that.
She broke into your house and stole your Grammy?
No, I think I had a serious shot at a Grammy, and then I don't know what she did. Or who she did it with. But suddenly it was Betty's Grammy. And she won.
Have you talked to her?
She didn't even show up. This was for I really was nominated, and she really did take it.
Yeah, you were in the same category as Betty White.
And she didn't show up even.
Yeah. And
she
she
had
won.
so many other things to do. Besides mock me.
And
that
So you're taking Betty White's not showing up at the Grammy ceremony as an attack on you.
I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive that way. I just think it's funny that Betty's so sweet.
Yeah.
And also, I look a little bit like Betty White. As Mark Twain, I do. We've got similar hairstyle.
Right.
Didn't you? Wasn't it funny?
I did.
Wasn't it funny?
When you started going off on Betty White as Mark Twain, which is a very funny moment in the show, and then you comment on how you realize you look like Betty White as you're going off.
That's right.